Hello, Blythe, Evie, Joe, Jack, Callum, Cadence, Lucy, Orion, and anyone else who's listening. Welcome to Story Time. Today's story is The Quickest Kid in Clarksville, written by Pat Zietlow Miller and illustrated by Frank Morrison. The story begins. I'm running in place, listening to my feet pound the pavement. I'm pretending I'm the fastest woman in the world. Of course, Wilma Rudolph, who grew up right in this town, is faster than anyone. But I'm the quickest kid in Clarksville, Tennessee, and everyone around here knows it. I'm thinking about tomorrow's parade and wondering what Wilma's 3 Olympic gold medals would feel like hanging round my neck when a girl I've never seen before comes sashaying my way like she owns the sidewalk and everything on it. Do you see her dreaming about the Olympic gold medal? She sticks a hand on her hip. I'm Charmaine. I look her up and down. I'm Alta. That's Dee Dee and Little Mo. Got me some new shoes, Charmaine says. Boy, howdy, does she ever. Brand new, only been worn by her shoes with stripes down the sides and laces so white they glow. Shoes to strut in, shoes to run in. Because Charmaine's strutting hard enough to shame a rooster, and her legs are just raring to run. These shoes are like Wilma's, she said. My daddy went uptown to get 'em. I stare at the concrete. I don't have a shoe-buying daddy. My sneakers have holes in the soles and laces that never thought to glimmer. Ooh, boy, look at those shoes. I bite my lip. It's okay. Wilma wore a leg brace and flour sack dresses before she got big. Shoes don't make you fast, I say. Charmaine's face tightens. Reckon I'm faster than anyone. I puff up like a spitting cat. She wishes she were Wilma, but I'm the real deal. I point to the mailbox. There and back. Ooh. We crouch low. Dee Dee and Little Mo count down, and we're off. My sneakers slap a sidewalk beat. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. I reach the box first, turn and sprint back, arms moving, legs grooving. I hear Charmaine huffing and puffing behind me. I do a victory dance while Charmaine glares. I'm still bebopping when she takes off again. To the corner, Charmaine calls over her shoulder. Starting now. I leap after her like a scalded frog. Wilma's come from behind to win some of her races, and so will I. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. Ooh, she took off before she let Alma know, didn't she? When Charmaine reaches the corner, I'm nipping her ankles. Bodies lunge, feet tangle. I fall. Charmaine stays up and wins. Ouch! My toe hurts. Probably because it's poking out a brand new hole. Oh, shoot. Almost got old shoes, and they're not doing too well. Just like that, I puff up again. You tripped me. I would have won if you didn't. You were in my lane. I won fair and square. Charmaine walks away, shaking her braids and swinging her bottom. I follow mad as any cat. That's when it happens. My toe hits a rock. That rock hits Charmaine. For a minute, Charmaine looks like she might fight, but she leaves without a word. Oh boy. I limp home, feet dragging, head hanging. I show Mama the hole. She sighs, "Oh, baby girl, those shoes have to last." Oh, she's so sad, isn't she? When parade day dawns, I'm making a banner with Dee Dee and Little Mo. Then Charmaine struts by like she's queen of the block. I scowl at her. Then I pick up the banner and nod to Dee Dee and Little Mo. Oh, they're making a banner for Wilma Rudolph. They're going to go to the parade. Let's go! Thing is, that banner is bulky. No way I'll make it all the way to the parade. It might be easier if I run. I force my feet to move, but one block in, I can't go on. I hear the beat of feet. Wilma Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph. Charmaine is running behind me. Pass that here, she says. I clutch the banner tighter. I don't need her help. Come on, says Charmaine. We'll do it like Wilma's relay. 3 people ran it with her, you know. Oh, so they're going to take the banner like a relay team. I hate to admit it, but she's right. I hand her the banner and she takes off for the next block. Then Dee Dee takes a turn, and even Little Mo. We run faster and faster till our legs are nothing but a whirling blur, just like you know whose. People stare, eyes popping, fingers pointing. You go, girls, someone calls. Oh, look at that relay. Isn't that great? I sneak a look at Charmaine. Her feet are flying. Who's faster? I can't tell. But Charmaine isn't strutting or scowling. She looks happy. I don't mean to, but I smile. Charmaine smiles back. And all at once I know, shoes don't matter. Not as long as we've got our feet. Look, I say, the perfect spot. We collapse on the curb. There are flags, bands, noise, black faces, and white ones. I love how Little Mo always has a bubble. She's always blowing a bubble with bubble gum. Boy, look at that crowd. They're all there to welcome Wilma Rudolph. And finally, a fancy convertible with the top down. Right there, holding a bunch of roses, is Wilma Rudolph. We scream and raise our banner, hearts pounding, heads hoping. Wilma sees us and smiles. Then she waves. That makes Charmaine and me sashay like we own the sidewalk and everything on it. And maybe, just maybe, we do. Because we're the quickest kids in Clarksville, Tennessee. Boy, all of them are the quickest, huh? And everyone around here knows it. The end. At the back of the book, it's got an author's note. And in it, she says, in 1960, African-American sprinter Wilma Rudolph was the fastest woman in the world. At the Summer Olympic Games in Rome, Italy, she became the first woman from the United States to win 3 gold medals at the same Olympics. Her wins in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 relay, and then she names the other people on the relay: Martha Hudson, Lucinda Williams, and Barbara Jones, made Wilma Rudolph a household name. She met President John F. Kennedy and received a lot of awards. Her success was even more impressive. That means even more, because she overcame a lot of difficulties growing up. She was one of 22 children, and her family did not have much money. Wilma was often ill as a child, and she wore a leg brace after she was diagnosed with polio. Doctors didn't think she would ever walk without it, but she exercised and worked for years until her leg was strong, and then she became the fastest woman in the world. Wilma grew up in Clarksville, Tennessee. That's not far from where Nani and Pappy live. And at that time, it was a segregated town. That means that blacks and whites didn't meet in the same places. There were separate schools and doctors and restaurants for black people and white people. After Wilma won in the Olympics, Clarksville wanted to honor her with a parade and a banquet. She said she would not attend unless it was integrated, meaning open to everyone, no matter what the color of their skin. The organizers agreed, and Wilma's celebrations were the first major events for blacks and whites in Clarksville history. Wow, that's why it was so impressive to Alma that there were both black and white people at the parade. Remember that in the book? The dedication says, "To Mark, who believed it was possible from the very start," PZM, that's the author, and then "To my daughter Tiffany, the fastest 4-year-old that I know, run after your dreams. They are worth the race. FM." And that is the illustrator. And then it tells us a little bit about the people who put the book together. Pat Zietlow Miller began her writing career in college, and she always liked sports writing. And she was really fascinated with Wilma Rudolph. And so she wrote The Quickest Kid in Clarksville. She's written other books, but she lives in Madison, Wisconsin, with her husband, 2 daughters, and 1 pampered cat. And Madison, Wisconsin is where Blythe and Cadence live. That's pretty cool. Frank Morrison has always been a creator. That's the person who drew the pictures. In his early days, he channeled his creativity into graffiti art and breakdancing. Later, inspired by lots of visits to museums, he started painting and then started illustrating books. And he's won awards for his book illustrations. Well, I hope you liked that book. I loved it. Tomorrow we will be reading The Berenstain Bears, No Girls Allowed. So, take good care of yourselves, love on each other, love yourselves, and always remember that I love you very much. And we'll be back together tomorrow when we read The Berenstain Bears, No Girls Allowed for story time. Bye-bye.